Okay, so when we left off last class, we were looking at measuring angles, and we looked at the pool table example and how things that bounce off the side of the pool table bounce back off at that same angle. And I believe we left off here at the angle addition postulate. And so we've seen this addition postulate term before. I don't know if you remember, but we had something called the segment addition postulate. And the segment addition postulate was part plus part equals whole for segments. So you might guess that this is part plus part equals whole, except for angles. So, for example, we have AOB here, angle AOB, and let's say that looks exactly like 90 degrees to me. I'm just making up numbers here. And then we have B to the O to the C. This blue angle here is like, I don't know, 60 degrees. And so then those are the two parts, right? We have the yellow part is 90 plus the blue part is 60. And the question is, how many degrees would it be from here all the way to here? And so the angle addition postulate would say that you would add those together. 90 plus 60 equals 150 degrees. Okay, so same idea here in this second scenario. It's a little more tricky scenario though, so let's go through it. So let's pretend this angle looks like, I don't know, 40 degrees maybe, and then what we have here, I can't just make up any old number for this blue angle, and the reason why is because we already know how many degrees this straight line is. Remember with me that this straight line is not just any old line. Remember with me, if we go back to the kinds of angles we have here, this is a straight angle. Every line is a straight angle. And so what we really have is two opposite rays, one going this way and one going this way, and from this ray all the way around is 180 degrees on that straight angle. And so we already know the whole. What we don't know is that part. We know that 40 plus, we'll call it x, 40 plus x has to add up to 180. So if you want to think about it algebraically, you could subtract 40 from both sides, and x equals 140 degrees for the missing part, for the blue part of that straight angle. All right, so let's try this out. Let's look at example 5 then. It says find the measure of the angle. So what is TSW? So I'm going to do blue. T to the S to the W. So T to the S to the W. And if you'll just trace the angle in the order that the letters occur, that kind of tells you where that angle is. So that's X. We know that R to the S to the T, R to the S to the T right there, that guy is 50 degrees. And so the question, oh wait, one more piece of information, RSW, this whole thing, both of them combined, the whole is 125 degrees. So maybe you're thinking about part plus part equals whole. In this situation, our two parts are 50 degrees plus x equals 120. Whoa, that's a big degree symbol there, Miss Minton. 125 degrees. You have yellow plus blue adds up to the green 125. So if I'm going to solve this algebra equation for x, I'm going to subtract 50 if I want to solve for the missing part. And that tells me x is 75 degrees, right? So x is 75. That's what the measure, remember M stands for the measure of angle T to the S to the W is. Okay, and you don't have to write the algebraic equation. That's just one way to show you my thinking and where I'm going with this. Okay, so let's try another one. Here we go. We have A to the O to the B. A to the O to the B, AOB, is 35 degrees. And what we want to know is how much is, we're going to start with number 1, 2 separate problems here. How much is B to the O to the D? B to the O to the D. So this green part here. And so maybe you're thinking, wait a second, Miss Benton, we don't have enough information for this. All we have is the 35 degrees. That's it. That's not enough information. But maybe some of you are thinking about this straight angle right here, that from this line, from one end of the line all the way around to the other ray, is 180 degrees. In other words, 35 is a part, the green angle is a part, and the whole is the 180. So maybe some of you are thinking about 180 degrees minus the 35 part would give you the 145 part. So remember, we talked about last time, or actually several times ago, we talked about if you're missing a part, you subtract. If you're missing a whole, you would add, right? All right, so we're going to continue with this problem. Now we're going for angle E to the O to the D. EOD is here. Okay, and again, do we have enough information? There's a couple of different ways to do this. As long as you get the right answer, any of the ways you came up with it are probably fine. One way is to think about this red line right here. This is a straight angle, and so the green and the blue parts together make up 180 degrees. Right? So straight line, you can think of this as two opposite rays, and from one ray to the other is 180. So 180 minus the 145, the blue part over here is 35 degrees. So again, I had the green part, I was looking for the blue part to add up to the whole 180. So that is the measure of angle E to the O to the D. So let's pause there, and I'll pick up with you in the next video.